Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, wow, what a performance on the road, big crowd. Away at Angel City, very respectable side. Huge result for us going into this international break. I'm just very pleased with the group's grit and ability to close out that match. I thought the first half was fantastic. We came in at halftime and spoke about the press and the press causing some chaos and some havoc. To continue that, continue making sure that we have the energy in that space. And then we talked about they're going to come out flying. So we need to be prepared. But yeah, very pleased with the first half and thought overall a fantastic game, a fantastic way to close out the match. Everyone gave their maximum effort. And so just very pleased for the group. Big 3 points for us.
Go ahead, Joe.
That's a soda, by the way, not a beer.
Man, I'm going to ask a question. I don't know how to ask this without it sounding mean. I promise you it's not mean.
No worries.
But it feels like every match, every game, there's a different set of challenges, almost to the point
Mhm.
you gotta feel like you're playing whack-a-mole. Like last week we talked about
Yeah.
20 shots with none on, like one on target, no goals. This week you got 3 goals. So that problem solved, but then you have a discipline issue.
Yeah.
So can you just talk a little bit about the ever-changing, the constant different challenges and what that means to you as a head coach?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. I mean, I feel like the sport is a the best players, the best teams, and the best coaches. They're adaptable. They're adaptable because nothing ever goes as planned. That's just reality of football. That's reality of sports, and that's reality of life. And what we spoke about in the pregame speech was the word focus, and we talked about um, it being a key measurement of success. And we spoke about it in depth in regards to what you choose to focus on. So, do you choose to see distractions, problems, negativity, or do you choose to see the things, whatever lens we use? It dictates where our focus goes. And if you spend all the focus on this isn't going well for us, this isn't doing great, this isn't, and you tend to put your attention in that space, it will be negative and your experience will be negative because whatever you choose to put your focus on is inadvertently how you spend your energy and what you spend your energy on. So we talked a lot about that in the pregame speech, and things will be hard, things will be tough, and it's something I always preface. The game will never go as planned. It will never go as planned. It's going to ask for adversity. It's going to test you in multiple ways. But if we stay together as a team and we stay focused on what is going well, we can get a result tonight.
Michael, go ahead.
Oh, nice win, Bev. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. Just a couple of things. I think Jeff mentioned earlier the goal for points on the road this year. You've already surpassed it. So, do you,
Yes.
number one, I guess, do you set a new goal for that? So we've hit this points. So we got that in the first half of the season. Now is it the same points or even more in the second half?
Yeah, absolutely. Double digits is double digits for a reason. It can go into 20, it can go into 30. You get my point.
Yeah.
It's double digits for a reason, meaning that we continue to push and we continue to surpass, but I've been very happy, very pleased with just the group's demeanor in general, and especially on the road. Look, it's never easy for us in a travel perspective. Obviously, through our airport, we've got a lot of stops. We flew direct in driving to Indianapolis this time and flew from Indianapolis here. And the group just gets on. The group is ready to battle. The group is, very adaptable. And so, yeah, I've just been very pleased with their demeanor on the road. We've tried to adjust a few things, and we've been open with the group on things that we could adjust to have a better record on the road this year. And yeah, I can't attest enough to the staff putting those ideas and thoughts together, and also just the group's adaptability and willingness to see these different things kind of flourish. But yeah, I've been obviously very pleased, very excited, very big 3 points for us. So continuing to push that double digits now will be big for us.
Janine mentioned the cohesiveness of the team and the
Mhm.
togetherness being a factor in kind of playing well together on the road. Do you think that's a big contributing factor as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot what we spoke about this group, this travel trip is around just good vibes. It seems to be like yeah, there's just really good vibes around the group right now. Everybody's spending time together. Everybody's chatting, everyone's discussing, and even on the field, you're starting, yeah, you're just seeing it. You're seeing it all come to life. And I think cohesion's a very big piece. You're willing to work for each other, you want to work for each other. Those are very crucial things in regards to it being a team sport, right? It's not an individual sport. It's not tennis. So you need to be able to have the confidence in one another and trust one another. And I just think the trust is very high across the group right now. And I think those things make a massive difference when it comes to things I'm speaking about in adversity and difficult times and things not going the way that you had planned them to go. If you have each other's back, I still believe you can flourish in those moments. And I think the group's really at a good spot.
One more from me. I know you don't want to second guess yourself as a coach, and it's just not productive. But just kind of looking at when you've subbed Kayla Fisher off in the last few matches, it's kind of been like between the 58th minute and like the 66th minute. Were you getting ready to sub her off tonight before their red card? Was that a consideration? Because I know the pattern had kind of been around that 60-minute mark to sub her off, and she played a little bit longer tonight.
Yeah, no, look, I'm a firm believer and I don't look back. It's not my personality. It's not a place I'll ever take myself. I think it's incredibly difficult to ever look at it that way. There was a conversation. I'm not sure if it was leading into that, but there was a conversation about that being the next sub. So that was the next sub planned. But look, I will never look back and say, I should have done this, I should have done that, because just as I always say that there's always a learning, in any environment, in any result that you're given, there's always a learning for me. And, I'm human and, I will not look back at anything. I'll just carry forward.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. One more. So how do you kind of get the message through to Kayla and again, that looked like maybe an unintentional, her hand got tangled up in the hair of the opponent there, but to not lose her aggression, but maybe just keep just that one little bit of, aggression from boiling over into, a yellow card or a red card in this case, what will be your conversation with her?
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you. I have not watched it back. So I have no comment on it at all because I have not seen it. So, yeah, I cannot comment on it.
Over to you, Joe.
Yeah, a couple questions kind of on that theme. I don't want to overshadow Kayla's contribution tonight with obviously the red card because up until that point, I mean, good Lord, she had a great game. Can you walk us through that pass from her to Sav? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was unreal. Yeah, it was unreal. The assist was, fantastic. Very good transitional moment for us. We've talked a lot about secure to exploit, and transition opportunity that may be present in tonight's match. I believe it was Taylor that has a fantastic pass into Kayla, who dribbles and drives. Fantastic ball from Kayla, fantastic finish from Sab. But you look at the commitment, you look at the belief from the group as a whole, and you look at things that we've been talking about in transition. And I think they executed very, very well in that moment. So yeah, just overall really proud of the group, the work and the shift that they put in tonight.
And then I asked Janine this, and I'll ask you this too, just to nerd out a little bit on tactics of swapping Janine and Emma on sides of the field to start the game, at least.
Yeah, plan tactic. Yeah, there was two different strengths that I don't want to share on any any tactics moving forward, just because I want to keep those private. But there was very specific points that we felt both could do very well and contribute in kind of what we were asking for. And they were fantastic tonight. I thought they were so great. And even mentioning it to them before training this week, they were buzzing about it. Gave them specific details why we felt it would really suit both of their strengths in different ways. And yeah, they were fantastic tonight.
Cool.
One last one. Go ahead, Michael, if you got something.
No, I think it was Joe.
I was just going to ask the very, very, very obvious question of going down a player with 20 plus minutes left, how the defense was able to lock in on that.
Yeah, well, let's see. I aged about 15 years. So no, in all honesty, I thought they were great. Originally we dropped into a 4-4-1. And then we felt because of how high they were loading the line, we decided to go into a 5-3-1. We obviously changed that and had them come over. Got a quick mention to them about who would fill what spot. But yeah, it's a sheer mentality at that point, and the willingness and the want to walk away with points, to put your body on the line. Even when your legs want to go out, you're still focused, you're still clearing balls, you're still making good decisions, you're giving everything that you have. And I felt all the confidence on the sideline in the group and their ability to close out the match. So yeah, fantastic.
And last one I've got is after last week's disappointment, where I mean, just by all accounts, you got to feel like you're the better team on the field, but walk away with 0 points,
Yep.
and then go away in a very hostile, very tough environment, and then come away with 3 points, down a player for over 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, what does that
Yeah.
speak?
I mean, you can't make it up, right? We just talked about it, all the different scenarios that the game can present. It takes a bonded group to be able to come out and battle in that fashion that they did tonight. And obviously displeased with last week's result. Chose to, again, like I spoke about earlier, what we choose to focus on. I thought the group stepped up. The group had a point to prove. They were not pleased with last week. And they had just overall had a fantastic match.
That's all I got. Very, very, very proud.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you.
And last one for me, Bev, and we'll let you go. You've won 3 of 4 now. Kind of feels like you have a little momentum, but now you have an international break coming up next week. So how do you keep the momentum through the break into the next home game on June 6th?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's always a fine balance to everything. Looking at this match, obviously preparing for Utah next, and what things may overlap. And I think we're just, I think we're flourishing into this identity that we're all very excited about, and very bought into. So at this point, it's going to be touching up and making sure, obviously, we have things planned and we have it very strategically laid out to make sure that we're continuing to stay sharp during this international break. We're obviously very excited for our 4 players that are going to be representing their countries. But yeah, I think it's just really important that we make sure that we stay in tune. We don't lose a beat, and we're prepared, and we're looking at that next NWSL match and preparing as early and as much as possible.
Bev, congrats. Thanks for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Bev. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.